Yo. What are mages mad? Stay mad. Stay mad, wizards. Yeah, dude, imagine Moonkins are the only class that can get buffed and then tell you they're getting nerfed. It's just so not genuine, you know? Fuck Moonkins, man. Hi, girls. Oh, yeah, you're both dogs. Yeah. Yeah, you're dogs. Yeah. You're such a good dog. And you're a dog. It is a side grade on single target and a 1%-ish nerf on AoE depending on the target count. Yeah, but it's a playstyle change buff, right? I think what the word was for Boonkins before was that you could do a lot more damage by just spamming your generators. So them buffing finishers and making finishers be the thing you want to press is definitely a positive change, you know? Hi, Ella. Hi, girl. Yeah, it's weird. Buffs and nerfs are weird. If your class is bad and it gets buffed, if it's not enough of a buff to make you the best, it's bad. Fucking love that shit. Absolutely love that shit. Dude, I like opened Twitter and I saw some mage. Getting mad at the devs for making changes. Bro, I donate a ridiculous amount of time and energy to this community. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you, Blizzard. They changed how Arcane plays fully. It's actually awful if you understood. Stay mad. Stay small. Hi, Lily. What a big girl. Max, are you wiping the starting soon screen ahead of the race? We need new memes. Yeah, probably. Sure. How do you get crafted epics right now? You just gotta spend them little crests, baby. That's it. Alright, let's play some WoW. Let's play some WoW, baby. Hello. It's me. Ooh, who are we flying around on today? I can't believe you got Frost and Enhanced nerfed. How? Lily, you are so needy. You are so needy. Look at this dog. I put my hand down and she gets her head under my hand and lifts it. She's like, sir, continue. Can you get Hunters buffed? No. Did you hear about Johnny Gaudreau? Oh yeah, super sad. So there's a pro hockey player, really good player, that was biking with his brother the day before his sister's wedding, and some drunk driver fucking killed them both. Crazy, man. That's horrible. Yeah, fucking awful, man. Our community is devastated. Yeah, for sure. Man, I didn't even know about the wedding part. That's even worse. Yeah, like, imagine you're getting ready for your wedding, right? Like, should be one of the happiest days of your life, and then 2 of your siblings get killed. Holy shit. Lily. Lily. Max Cartoon Network went bye-bye. Yeah, I haven't seen that shit in so long. Kind of makes sense. Also, most TV networks, I think, are going to be bricked in not too many years. There's a few that are still, like, surviving by the cable bundle, but the cable bundle is, like, historically dying. It's dying at a rapid pace. Also, I know it's going through some litigation right now, but there's a couple of, like, Disney and Fox and TNT and a few other people are making a standalone sports streaming app that's going to have basically, like, 90% of all the sports coverage that you can get. And if there's, like, an affordable streaming option that just has sports, people will drop YouTube TV and cable really fast. There's a lot of people who get it just for sports. So cable bundle's in a bad spot. It won't be affordable. It will be a worse deal than cable. I think the price they're shooting for right now is $42 a month. And if that means I mean, it's literally just cheaper than the cable bundle. So anyone who is only having the cable bundle for sports will save money. But yeah, it is interesting how streaming was like the affordable option at one point, and now it's all, you just have so many of them that it's like more expensive. But, you know, capitalism will capitalize, I guess. Massive supply of pirated sports streams as well for those who are into that. True, I think that's a very, very small minority. Max, how do you tilt your keyboard on your desk? When I play, it's like Babby tilted. It's like, if that's regular keyboard, it's like that. It's not like FPS player where they tilt that shit like completely sideways. You know? You like seeing the CS players have their keyboards vertical, and they put their like face right next to the monitor too. Max, can you use some of your contacts to ask why the fuck the AH is still broken? Really? The last time I used the AH, it worked fine. Are crafting orders still broken? Crafting's fine again? Okay. Oh, I need to craft on my DK. I couldn't do that yesterday. How have the servers been? The servers less bricked? By the way, I've seen a lot of very positive The War Within stuff on Twitter. And it's not like my normal algorithm. It's like people that are definitely not usually on my feed. Someone will just be like, fucking can't wait to play The War Within. Fucking 2,000 likes. Love it. Seen a lot of positive classic Andes. Dude, Supatees made such a good tweet today, by the way. The sad reality of people who are bitter towards video games is that they want something no game can give them, which is being a kid again. Fucking facts. The Asmongold chat special. He also had a banger tweet about the token. I must have missed that. What did he tweet? The WoW token feels like a necessary evil in modern times, but I do find it hilarious that players who bought gold from third-party sites in Classic WoW and in some cases banned for it are anti-WoW token. The hypocrisy levels are peak. Yeah, I mean, that was the talking point for multiple years. They were like, dude, Classic's so much better because there's no WoW token. Or I guess people said that like the WoW token increased boosts, so Blizzard like added boosts to this game and extra gold buying that wasn't there, and it's like, bro, that's fucking insane. It existed for so long, you were unable to deal with it as a developer. Really, like you can keep trying to ban them, but they just keep coming back, kind of thing. And Classic was out at the same time with the WoW token not existing, and there was more gold transactions in Classic like fucking ever. Like it was insane, right? I think it's just that, like, a common Classic trope is, like, retail bad, right? Which is where I think the anti-WoW token sentiment comes in. But, like, obviously it's super hypocritical to buy a shitload of gold and then say the WoW token's bad. Because why should you... If you're buying gold, why should you care where you're getting it, right? But, yeah. That's a good tweet. It's true. So true. Classic fans talk about retail less than the other way around. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, there's like weird. I don't know. There's probably like some retail Andy, very anti-classic retail Andys out there, but I mean, it is definitely a common talking point. It seems from classic players, where they like have a need to demean retail. I mean, a lot of them, I think, something they have in common is like the Supatees thing, right? They miss what it was like when you were a kid, and a lot of the changes. I think WoW is a much better game than it used to be in any expansion back in the day, right? But a lot of people are like, it's not, and they're wondering why, and it's like, they just remember being a kid. They don't remember the game. They just remember being a kid, having less responsibilities and things like that. So a common trait amongst classic players is like, they get that community back, they get that game back, and they're like, this is gaming, bro. Retail. Like, it's a common thing amongst them that they all think retail is bad for reasons that have nothing to do with retail WoW. Because, like, most retail players, if someone was like, I play Classic because I like it better, you'd be like, okay, cool. If you told a Classic player that you like retail and you like retail better than Classic, they would like, bro, what the fuck? Max, have you seen Quinn's or Zaryu's The War Within thoughts? Nah. Rip Johnny Hockey? We already talked about it, yeah. Max Atlas has been streaming every day. That guy is such a vibe. He is, man. Atlas is great. Flying in this zone doesn't hit the same as Veldraken. I actually really like it. I talked about that on the podcast yesterday. This is a excellent zone to dragon ride in. It's got a bunch of little pillars and shit. Some little fucking hoops. How do we feel about Porom feeling cheated on time by the devs changing gameplay of Mage in the 11th hour? I don't know. I feel like... I mean, I don't know exactly what they did. Mages seem pretty mad, but... I mean, if what they did was made the gameplay less fun, that sounds not great. As far as the, like, I spend so much time in this game, how could you possibly change something? That's a weird take for sure. Right? Because, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I mean, if your class is ever getting nerfed, then it means your class is less fun to play. It probably could have been nerfed better, right? But, like, that'd be crazy if, like, they nerfed anyone's class, whether it was gameplay related or not, and some theory crafter guy's just like, are you fucking kidding me? I just wrote this guide. That's fucking amazing. What is it? He doesn't just do... He does the APL for Arcane. Yeah, but like, okay, you understand, like, from Blizzard's angle, they're never ever gonna give a fuck about that. Like, oh, oh man, we probably shouldn't make this change because I think people have already wrote sim profiles. Like, it's fucking crazy, you know? Max, Yummy TV said you should call him. He called me earlier and I answered already. I also think double dipping buffs is a bad design. Yeah, it's weird because Arcane is also one of the specs that's like a little bit harder to approach for newer players. So that specific class having some kind of weird double dip tendency that's hard to understand that good players like the interaction of, but like lesser experienced players that probably don't understand it and they feel farther off. I can see Blizzard targeting something like that and changing it, but I do remember that they reverted it back multiple weeks ago and people complained about it, and it sounds like they just changed it again. Max, they made a change that they reverted a month ago saying they won't do it. Porum has every right to feel... Yeah. Yep. Nerf was games related, not numbers. And they changed interact... Yeah, I read that already, yeah. The problem is, though, one thing is double dips and the other doesn't. Makes it more confusing for new players anyway. Alright, everything's bad. Everything's bad. We get it. I cannot believe Blizzard fucking cheated that APL maker. Fucking assholes. Fuck them. Fuck. Max, anything specific hyping you up for this race world first besides competing? What? No. Is there anything... I mean, I'm kind of excited for, like, the 13th Delve thing. They call it something different. It's like Zekvoz's Lair or some shit. That sounds really cool. I can't wait till that's out. Favorite class right now? Ooh, either like Frosty K, big Frosty K fan right now. Frosty K, Enhance, or Windwalker. Honestly, probably Enhance, I think. I think Enhance might be the most fun to play right now. Can we see you crafted it? Yeah, did I actually end up getting all the crests? I did. I just need to craft the items. So I can craft 3 items on this guy. Looks like it'll definitely be a belt. And any weapons? No, I already did the weapons. So what? Belt, ring, belt. How many oh shit. How many Valor stones do I have? That is the question. Oh, dude, we got hell of Valor stones. Look at that. Okay, we should see which ones are discounted. Did you see Porum's tweet about his opinions on the mechanical changes? Yeah, it was really hype. Alright. Trinkets are discounted. That's good. Although I don't know if I like... Actually, this trinket seems to do a ton of damage from when I've used it so far. Maybe it's like a low expansion scaling thing, but... They need to increase Valor Stone amount that's dropped. Yeah. I'm also, like... I'm not sure Valor Stones serve a lot of purpose. I think at the beginning of the expansion, maybe it does. But, like, once you're in a season, Valor Stones kind of only have a negative interaction with you. Alright, so our legs discounted. Yes. Neck is already upgraded. What about ring? My ring... Well, that's haste verse. It's actually quite good. We should just go ahead and just uppy that. We got a nice little ring going right now. Okay, what else do we got here? We have another haste verse ring. Let's fucking slam that up. Why even craft? Wait. This class isn't haste verse, bro. I thought I was on my monk right now. Haste verse is bad. Shit. Shit. I just wasted Valor Stones. I'm pretty sure I'm going to craft a ring. Fuck. What does this class want? Isn't it crit mastery for Frost? Something like that? Or is it haste mastery? Shit. I mean, it's only Valor Stones. I didn't spend any crests. So, at least that's good. Crit mastery haste. Okay. Is any of my gear not bad? Oh yeah, okay, my legs are good. I hate this trinket, man. I guess I could buy one of those Darkmoon decks. Those seem pretty cheap. Got crit mastery bracers, that's good. Crit verse, so anything that like doesn't have crit, so like haste verse is the literal pieces I need to replace. Okay, so we're gonna make 2 rings, and we're just gonna lose those Valor Stones forever. All good. Two rings and a belt, I guess. Then those are my crafts. Yeah. Which means I can upgrade a couple of these other pieces then instead. Do I have better options? I don't, huh? Yikes, they're so bad. I guess I can just craft next week too, fuck it. Why even upgrade them now?
If needed, I will answer the call.
You crafted an int dagger on rogue? Oh shit, baby. That sucks. Crit mastery, but early you want some high haste. Well, boy, do I have that covered on my other pieces. God, it pains me.
Prices to be reasonable.
It pains me that that verse is still in the game. I don't understand. Egregiously bad PvE stat. So what are we gonna need here? We need 1 bismuth and 2 core alloy. Well, actually, let's just track everything we want. Two of those bitches.
Return.
And then everything we need for crest. But I remember what I need for crest, I think. Let's go to the war bank. Oh, wait. We can... Oh, man, I might as well fly. Is the bank? Yeah.
I have an extended supply of goods for Outlanders.
Wait. Where's the fucking war bank? Oh, there we go. How come it was different the first time? Deposit warbound items. And then withdraw gold. 200k.
My thanks for your opinion.
Hey Max, can you tell the devs that the craftable weapon charged slicer is bugged? It uses the skill points from blades despite being an axe. Nope.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least
Current expansion,
2 centuries
dust. Storm dust. We need 90 of these things. These were so expensive before. I guess they've come down in price a little bit. Did I actually win? Okay. Gleaming shard. Wait, someone said the auction house was bugged. This seems to be working pretty okay. Bring back multi-strike. I mean, I don't even know if multi-strike was even that good. But like verse is actively bad. It contributes to bad gameplay. No one wants verse to be their best stat. That means their other stats are bad. And when it happens to be your second best stat, you're tuned because of it, but then you just randomly take 20% reduced damage. How can you balance things defensively in the game if that's true? It's fucking, it's miserably stupid. It's a PvP stat. It should not exist in PvE.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
I'm gonna public order this shit because last time we couldn't find any personal orders unless there's some personal boys around. Yo, how is Star Wars Outlaws? So I know it's an Ubisoft game, and usually Ubisoft games are pretty fucking bad in general. But it's a Star Wars game, and I like Star Wars stuff, and I watched a few, like, clips of it, and it seems like... I mean, most of the clips were just of, like, shitty-looking bugs. And, like, I don't know if the whole game is like that, or just every time the game is bugged, it looks really dog shit. Max, I don't know why, but it's every single fucking ad on stream right now. What, Star Wars Outlaw? You don't know why? You're a gamer and a new game just came out. You don't know why they're marketing it? Or are you saying something else? Game is actually fine overall. Just wait for bug fixes. I mean, I don't even need a game to play right now. I'm still deep into that Wukong game. That Wukong game fucking slaps, by the way. That game is great. Highly recommend Young Wukong. Have you tried Deadlock? Certainly not, no. Alright. Remember how much we charged for these crests before? Oh, wait, I gotta go to the Enchanting Man. How many guilds are genuinely in the race this season? What do you mean by that? I don't know how many teams have announced that they're going for the race. I think it's like Liquid Echo and Method, I'm assuming. No more BDG this expansion. That made it 4, so it probably is 3. Lame. Yeah. I wish there was fucking 10 guilds. Fuck. Fuck. I'm mad.
My directive is to serve you.
300 gold sounds fine, right? Why not?
My directive.
Stingy? I mean, it instantly gets filled. Why the fuck would I tip anymore? Can you explain what the race is? Nope. Fuck you, Driney. Fuck you, buddy. Oh my god, the fucking Race World first questions are back. I'm fucking warning you guys. I will do it. I will fucking leave. Why didn't you hug Driney? I don't know, man. It was in the moment, you know? I was fucking... I just had... my eyes were on Zevi, man. That's it. I don't know what I was thinking. Yo, is there a jewel crafter that can make me a couple of nasty rings? And I can send this shit to you? Gotta be on Illidan. Any nasty ring makers? Very nasty. Any ring makers? Oh wait, I should get some missives, huh? Yeah,
My
yeah.
thanks for your patronage.
Are missives still like $10 million? Okay, they've come down actually. They used to be 180k or something. Now they're like 10k. I mean, it's still the second one is still the best. Like silvers are fine. People can give you rank 5 with silver. Where is this shit? Oh, they're even cheaper. Nice. Where is Crit Mastery, baby? There we go. Peerless. Forming a crafting cult? Yep, I need all of you. Please. Is this X-Pack any good? Well, this week and next week are kind of for the average WoW player. They are not for people who play for endgame. So really, endgame players aren't giving you their opinion because their game comes out in like 2 to 3 weeks. But as far as I can tell from people who just casually enjoy WoW, they're actually really happy with the expansion. Like overwhelmingly positive, which is solid. What was I doing again? Oh yeah, a couple of rings. I will say the beginning of the expansion is missing something, and I don't really know how they can get it, but here's what they're missing. They're missing the ability to like do your full rotation on something. You know what I mean? Like if you do heroics and you're a class that takes a while to get going, everything dies before you get any satisfaction of playing your guys. You know? There's nowhere to like do it. Like you can hit a dummy, but like the dummy's not trying to kill you, you know? Like I don't, it doesn't have to be crazy hard content, you know? Like Mythic Zeros, I guess, like Mythic Zeros were kind of like that, actually. Like Mythic Zeros were only 2 hours a week, but you could play your character, you know? Healers aren't challenged anywhere as well, yeah. But I mean, like, that's mostly endgame play. Again, like, I think the majority of people who are upset are people who, like, play this game to play endgame. And there really isn't any endgame right now. Mythic Zeros have been, like, a little bit, but it's, like, 2 hours a week, right? So it's, like, it's been the same every expansion where the raids and stuff comes out later. It's no different. All right, last call. Any crafter? Can make me a 5, hopefully. 4 is acceptable, but don't do it. Just type your name and I'll fucking send it. Shuts in on Illidan. Tony, you lying to me, buddy? Alright, I'm sending it. 10k. Let's fucking see it. Piss Believer can do it? There's no way you're a crafter, Piss Believer. I don't believe that. Mind Goblin Illidan. Alright, we'll try you out too. Mind Goblin. Oh, shit. Oh. It's a D's nuts joke. I'm just gonna... Yeah, of course they don't fucking send it. God damn it, I haven't heard that one. Fuck me. Crafting 2 weeks before content drops is wild to me. Alright, get mad or something, I don't know. Log off, buddy. Yeah, probably should. Dude, who is this pirate? Who's Pirate Software, by the way? Who the fuck is that? I saw some random tweet recently in my noties, and it was like they added me YouTube Shorts guy, ex-Blizz developer. He's fucking killing it on Twitch or something. I don't know where I can actually find this. Maybe Tally. Tally, I think, replied. Here we go. Top Warcraft streamers since the official release. Right? So, I didn't stream a lot. Zakrar didn't stream really a lot. But I looked at this airtime, and I'm like, okay, like per hour, I'm kind of dunking on everybody but Asmongold. But this guy just fucking absolutely crammed me. You know? I've never heard of this guy. He has 12k average viewers even without WoW. Oh shit. Okay, I didn't realize he was so huge.
Return and peruse my inventory again.
And he's a... Yeah, guys, actually, did he used to work at Blizzard? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Alright, let's see how the crafters did. Alright, they didn't send me shit. Fuck. Alright, I'm public ordering it. I don't give a fuck. I believe in the public. I believe in the public. Canceling it. You took too long.
My directive has been fulfilled.
I believe in the public.
My directive is to serve you.
Alright. Let's start with 5k. I don't want to pay 10k for someone to brick my shit. 5k. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Play it. Built.
My thanks for
All right, one more. These are all going to be rank 5s. I can feel it. Holy shit, I can feel it.
My directive has been
All right.
fulfilled.
None of them have been filled yet.
I have an extended
All right, I'll go get my
supply
ramen
box
then.
for Outlanders.
It's outside. Why are people jorking and dorking? What happened?
Return. Emperor's right.
All right, they're all here. Let's go. First one, rank 5. Second one, rank 4. Third one, rank 3. Oh, all right, fuck plate belt crafters. They all suck. All right, I got rank 5 though. That's hype. Who rank 3s things? Who does that? All right, that's huge. Huge eye level coming in. Feeling massive right now.
This world is vast and
I've kind of... Initially, this city was confusing to me, but I think I've figured it out, man.
stay vigilant.
Max, did you see the picture of Atlas I posted in Discord? You'll absolutely love it. I promise I tagged you. Alright, this better be
Have
funny.
anything ancient to trade? Needs to be
This
at
better be
least
fucking
2
funny. Where did
centuries
you post it? You didn't tag me anywhere. You just made that up? Probably the worst capital city they've made. I don't agree with that. I like the city. It's in general. Oh. Nice.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Orbos is way worse. Yeah, I mean, I actually like the city. I like the city. Growl's yelling at his stream. Dude, you guys realize how much better the potty C is than the bench? Like, one of the bench members reacted to potty C on stream. Bro, it's never even crossed my mind to react to the bench. It's never even fucking entered my brain, ever. The L bench. Dude, my character's so massive. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to get. I wanted to buy that trinket that people got. The one that's passive. Which is the goodie, chat? Which one's the good Darkmoon deck? Ascension? Fuck yeah, doing it. Give me that. Why is it so cheap? I feel like Darkmoon decks, you gotta feel so bad if you tried to get Darkmoon decks for people, because like are they just like impossibly easy to make or something? Alright, I want to get that to replace this shitty ass trinket that I have. It was 5K 2 days ago. Bro, unless someone like bought them out and tried to run the market, I'm not sure about that. They were They were like 700 gold on day one. Love me some ramen, chat. Yeah, I was thinking about getting Star Wars Outlaws after stream today, if I finish Wukong. The only problem with Wukong, and I've actually run into this with a few other games, it's actually kind of similar to Cyberpunk, early on. Like when Cyberpunk first came out, the problem with it was like once you got your build going, you kind of just shit on the whole fucking game. Like you just dunked on the whole game. I feel like now that I've got a bunch of talent points, your power level has significantly scaled past the like linear difficulty increase of the game. You just kind of just fucking like, obviously you're getting better at it over time, and also your character's getting stronger, so you just become more powerful relative to the content. Not all games do that. Like, for example, the first God of War on the hardest difficulty, I feel like as you were getting better at the game and as you were getting more talent points, the content got way harder to accommodate to that, and that was fucking sick. And it was always difficult, right? Not even comparing it to like a Souls game, just like other kind of RPGs have handled that better. What is it? People shit on Ubisoft games way too hard. They do not deserve such vitriol. Ubisoft's pretty dog shit for sure. There are a few... does Ubisoft make Far Cry? Maybe it's a guilty pleasure of mine, but anytime a Far Cry comes out, I'm fucking in. I'm down. I'm fucking in that shit. One bad thing about The Witcher was that the difficulty was piss come mid-game. I mean, The Witcher was just... If your opinion is The Witcher had good combat, you've got some fucking goggles on. Like, some kind of goggles. Nostalgia goggles. Something. Like, The Witcher's combat was fucking dog shit. That shit was so ass. Now, Gwent, though. Gwent went crazy. I think if I were to have my final meal, I've seen like a YouTube series that does this recently. Like if it was the last thing you're ever going to eat, I think like a high tier bowl of ramen would go pretty hard. Actually, dude, the best bowl of ramen I've ever had was in Texas. Randomly. Like there was this little suburban community that had this like little hole in the wall ramen shop, and then just this old dude was the only guy that worked there. And he's just been making ramen for like 50 years, and somehow he was just in Texas, and god fucking damn it, that shit slapped so hard. What about that ramen made it so good? I don't know. It's just good as fuck. Can't go wrong with some high quality sushi. Bro, I haven't had sushi in forever. Bro, you know what? Let me hit up somebody. I kind of want to get sushi after my stream today. Wish they released Mythic Zero's next reset. Yeah, I mean, the thing is Dragonflight was just like this, but I wonder why a lot of the endgame players felt better about the Dragonflight release. Was it because... I mean, I guess Mythic Plus came 1 week earlier. That makes sense. But I don't know if Mythic Zeros are that much. Like, Mythic Zeros took 2 hours a week. Like, I think that, like, had a pretty low lift, you know? I think maybe, if anything, it's... there's one more week than Mythic Plus, and with the early access, it almost even feels like another week. What was it? You farmed rare spawns that were on daily lockout for gears, so you felt like you were always progressing your character. I mean, isn't that the case now? Aren't there rares that drop hella loot, or is it just low eye level? I mean, that just sounds like an unforced error, right? The only other unforced error I think they've made, because like there's a difference between an unforced error and like them getting something wrong and it made sense why they tried it, right? Like people said like it was an unforced error that like there wasn't a legendary vendor at the beginning of Legion. It's like no, like they intentionally, if it wasn't rare to get your best legendary, it means less to you when it drops. That's true, right? If you were just guaranteed everything, it wouldn't mean the same. And that's what they were going for. Right or wrong, it made sense. And I think there's precedent in the game that shows, like, you know, like, look at how the legendaries went last expansion. Legendaries are the least cool shit ever. And it's because everyone has to get one and they have to be balanced, right? So at least they were trying that. I think an unforced error absolutely was the fact that when you were leveling, doing any of the delves for the first time, so the first time quest for completing a delve or just the first time completion of any delve you have not completed before, should have been extremely good experience to get you invested in and completing delves. But the reality is they were like hella bad for experience, and it just made the new expansion feature not really relevant. And maybe they did that on purpose, maybe, and it's because during Heroic Week delves are going to be like the #1 thing. So maybe they're already going to have their time to shine. But delves seem like they can be a positive thing during the leveling process. You can take a break to do a delve, and that is worth your time. But that just wasn't true. Like, doing a delve was pretty much a waste of time the entire way to 80. Max, what are your thoughts on the Frosty K nerf if you haven't already spoken on it? We haven't looked at the nerfs yet. We can do that. But I can't really give you a lot of thoughts on nerfs, like... Right? Because, like... I'm not going to tell you what I thought about the class before or after the nerf. So... I would have zero reaction. So, like, my thought is that they nerf Frosty K, right? That's a thought. So I can go. Why does it matter what your thoughts are? Good point. It's very reasonable that none of you would care what my thoughts are. That makes sense to me. But he did. So that's I guess why we were talking about it. Did every Raced World first go up to 20 alts? No, this is the first one ever. We don't have 20 characters, though. I think Method and Echo might have 20. Method procced 20 earlier in the week, and I think Echo procced 20 today. Our players union said no. We brought it up today. Like, do we do more characters? And the union just decided not to. Is this an actual union? Yeah, I joined the union. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I joined the union yesterday when Bubba was pissing me off. You can talk to Kingfly. He's the union leader. You're the manager, not allowed. I'm in the union, man. I'm hearing them out. I heard their pitch and it enticed me and I joined. When's the react video for Asmongold's Kitchen? I don't care about stuff like that. How many splits is too many splits? Guys, you're dangerously close. Why not force your guild crafter to craft? I don't know. Yeah, we'll look at the nerfs right after this. I gotta fucking slurp this ramen. Slurp this shit. God, ramen's so good. Max, do you think racials should still exist in modern WoW? I've gone back and forth on this. I think so, yeah. Like, if the only thing that mattered is gameplay, like, would it be nice to have, like, a little... You know how there's PvP talents right here? What if you could just pick your racial bonus? And then your races in-game would be purely aesthetics. I could see that being the case. I just think... Honestly, the difference between damage between each race is so small that I don't think it really matters. Like, even at the highest level, you could just play kind of whatever race you want. So, I don't know. I feel like, not a big problem. Like, if it was more OP... Okay, actually, yeah, not true. So Dwarf and Night Elf specifically in Mythic Plus are crazy, and Raid, both of them don't matter. I don't know why they allow both of those things to work in Mythic Plus, actually. Kind of strange. But yeah, I don't know. I used to have the opinion of that, but, like, I don't know. I think enough people, like, care about their racial bonuses they've had for a while that it's probably fine that they have it the way it is. There are bigger problems. But money? I don't think it's a money thing. I actually would make the case that if Blizzard made it so you could be any race aesthetically and you would still get any bonus you wanted from any race, I think they would actually make a ton of money because a lot of people would transfer to the race they wanted to be. I think they would actually make more money by doing that. Have you talked about the arcane mage changes yet? No, we're gonna look at the nerfs in a second. The buffs and nerfs, the changes, I guess. I was enraged when I saw the mage change. I almost tweeted about it. After all the fucking work I put in. Really mad. Max, did you know that Pirate Software works at Blizzard? Wait, they do? They used to be a Blizzard dev? Wow. Okay. Max, any idea what min-I level for raid helpers is gonna be? Nah, I don't know. I mean, just have a pretty geared character, and then when Heroic Week comes out, do some delves. Get nice and powerful. Guys, what do you think the likelihood is that you, as a player that is not getting any splits whatsoever... Okay, so like no one's splitting things, no one's giving you any gear. What do you think the likelihood is in week 1 that you could get 4-piece? Zero? It's not zero. It happened last year. So you get 5 bosses that all drop tier that you could loot a tier item. The normal last boss drops 3 tier items that could be any single tier, right? And then you do all of that in Heroic, right? And then Catalyst exists first week, right? And also from the amount of Mythic Plus score you get. Oh, I guess Mythic Plus score won't be there this time, so it'll be a bit harder. But last year, you got a Catalyst charge, you got a free Omni token, and then you had 2 full clears of the raid, so 10 potential teardrops and 6 potential Omni tokens. And all you need to do is loot 2 tiers. Oh, no, you can get the AOTC achievement. You're right. No, it's the same thing. Yeah, no, so it's still the same. So you as a player, if you have no one feeding you gear or anything, basically all you have to do is natty loot 2 tier pieces. That's I feel like the number isn't 0. I would say it's probably like 5%. Maybe like... Maybe like a little higher than 5, but not 10. Just loot 2 tier in a 30-player Heroic. Well, the amount of people in a Heroic isn't relevant, right? Because the amount of gear scales for the amount of people that are there. Like, for example, if you were a player in a 20-man raid versus another player in a 30-man raid, you each would have the exact same odds to loot any item you want, right? It doesn't impact the emboss token, but it impacts the others. How so? What is it? I crafted my own pugs and got full 4-piece that way, with me being the only one on my token. Oh, that's the strat. That's like not full natty though, you know? You like definitely cheated, but also W cheat. I wonder if anyone in the group actually recognized it. What would you do if you were in a raid that was going well, but you realized the group leader made it so he could get all the loot he wanted? Would that like make you mad enough to leave, or would you respect it and stay? I'd fucking respect that shit. Actually, there's more reasons to leave, right? Because doesn't that naturally just mean you're going to have significantly more competition for the things you do want? Leave and block. Damn, this hypothetical person made a lot of people really mad. That's good. Alright, it's time to fucking slurp. I saw there was a lot of drama, at least on Twitter, so probably somewhat insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but apparently people were like leaving dungeons. We got some leavers. It was really annoying after the first boss of Arakara farming the trinket. I mean, I'd do that shit. If all I wanted there was the trinket, and then I just got to the first boss, and then I got the trinket, or the trinket didn't drop, or I did get the trinket, why would I stay for the rest of the run? Like, there's literally zero reward for staying. It's just a waste of time, you know? I don't know. Maybe based on the vibe, I might stay. Who knows? You're the problem. All right. Well, the good news is they added like some kind of penalty for leavers, but bro, they need to put that in Mythic Plus. Like if someone leaves a Mythic Plus group early, there should be a little pop-up and it's like, was this person an asshole? Because you know, someone leaves early and they're like, hey guys, sorry, something wrong happened and I gotta go take care of this. I can't stay. Oh shit, whatever. You're not gonna vote that person, right? But like, dude, if people leave Mythic Plus for some reason, like after one wipe or some shit, you should be able to, they should get some kind of punishment that won't be abused, surely. I mean, you have to leave, you would have to leave the group to prompt the vote of whether they left maliciously. But I feel like a lot of people, I can picture a lot of my groups where it's obvious someone did or didn't. Drama? Y'all are like the Finding Nemo birds when it comes to that shit. Y'all love that shit. God, this ramen fucking owns. I'm about to sip this shit like some cereal. Dude, did any of you guys as a kid ever have Cookie Crisp? Which is not really cereal. It's like, it's crazy you can call it cereal, but dude, all I remember about Cookie Crisp was that the milk afterwards tasted so fucking good. Dude, honestly, I feel like I might be a milk, like a cereal guy. Let me, what are the, like, what's the nutritional information of cereal? I would want something really high in carbs and very low in fat. Oh, that's exactly what it is. Bro, cereal's fucking goated. All sugar. Yeah, sugar's fine. If I'm ever playing like multiple games in a row, I got these like little chews. What are they called? Honey Stinger. Let me make sure they don't dox me here. Alright, they're not doxing me. They got these little energy chews, bro. These things. It's basically just like candy, but it's just like, it's basically just sugar. But if you're ever like really low on energy because you're exercising too much, eating some of that shit in like the third period of a hockey game goes fucking crazy. It's so good. You should try the waffles. Yeah, I have them. I eat those for marathon triathlon training sessions. Yeah, I never eat those if I'm playing like one game, but if I have a skate and then a game and then another game, so you're talking like 3 high intensity, you're talking like like almost like 4 or 5 hours of very intense exercise. Adding that shit is fucking incredible. It's so good. Dude, what's your all's favorite cereal? I'm thinking about trying a new... I haven't had cereal in a while. I'm thinking about getting into it. Thinking about getting weird with it. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is kind of the goated cereal. What is Cinnamon Toast Crunch's thing? Sounds like that one would be particularly high in sugar. Oh yeah, it's like mostly sugar. Fuck, okay. Sugar's fine. It would just need to be balanced with enough like whole carbohydrate for long-term shit. Nah, fuck. Okay, I'll find something. I'll find some cereals. Honey Bunch of Oats goes hard? Alright, let's see it. Honey Bunch of Oats. Alright, what flavor, guys? We got honey roasted, we got with almonds, we've got honey roasted granola, we've got salted caramel. We just probably honey roasted, right? That's probably the OG. Yeah, still mostly sugars. Well, no, it's like half sugar, half real carbs. Alright, let's look at these nerfs. I've had enough of this fucking shit. Alright, let's check out some W's and some L's here. We regularly make combat design adjustments based on gameplay data and feedback from players on class performance. With scheduled weekly maintenance in each region, we'll make the following changes. Death Knight. Frost Strike damage reduced by 6%. A Blit reduced by 6. Icy Death Torrent by 10. Glacial Advanced Damage reduced by 10. I think people have made up that this is around like a 2.5% nerf for Frost. Which is pretty small, but not nothing. So LDK. LDK, LLL. Alright, Druid balance. Umbral Intensity increases the damage of Wrath and Starfire by less. And then they buff both their spenders by a lot. And then they changed Harmony of the Heavens to stack faster and also have a larger max. This was done as far as I can tell, this is like a very slight buff to balance, but it's a very good change in regards to like the way they play, right? So before you were like giga spending your generators and you weren't really worried about your finishers as much. That just sounds like really, really bad gameplay. So while they did buff them in general, they also made their spenders matter, which is always important. So I think overall this is definitely a W. I feel like balanced druids complain about everything, so unless their class is buffed to the point to where they're fucking insanely good or something, they're just going to be mad about everything, but this is definitely just a good change. Sounds good. Alright, Feral. Fuck yeah. Evoker. 6% buff to Devastation, and Firestorm buffed. Oh, interesting. Last, not as long, but buff the upfront damage. That's probably a buff, though, the way that would work. Hunter, pack leader buffs, I think. Right? Yeah, pack leader just across the board buffed. Or a few things buffed. Are these tuning knobs that they're referring to? Looks like it. Mage. Living Bomb increased by 30%. Pyroblast by 5. Flame Strike by 10. Yeah, looks like fire wasn't doing too hot, so some buffs there is good. Frostfire in general. Frostfire Bolt just in general is increased for fire. Sun Fury. What is it? Not enough? Yeah, I'm not giving you guys any of this. Is reading patch notes leading up to the race are super interesting because I'm not really giving you any opinion of where they were now, where they were before, or are now, I guess. More importantly, are now. So I'm just reading them, you know? You guys can talk about it however much you want. Sun Fury. Burden of Power can no longer be double dipped by spell queuing. Now this was interesting. So this was... They made a post about this multiple weeks ago because they initially changed this or something like this. And then they were like, oh, we get it. You guys are mad. We'll just revert it, which is crazy because they wouldn't have done that for like any other class. But yeah, mages seem to be reading about this. So probably bad. Arcane Phoenix damage dealt reduced by 10% for Arcane. Arcane Soul base duration reduced to 2 is 3. Ret nerfed their mastery by 10%. And holy spell damage increased by 5. So that's interesting. So was their mastery like just turbo broken or something? Let's see. Red Paladin. Stats. I know they buffed their mastery in beta. But them nerfing it makes me think that they must have thought it was like way too good. Wait, is this... Yeah, so... I mean... Guys, when your stat priority looks like this, mastery better than main stat equals crit equals haste equals verse, that means mastery is definitely too good. So, just to be clear. So they buffed the class baseline and nerfed mastery. Seems logical. A disc. Oracle now gives better powered shield absorption from that note on the left. Okay, atonement healing is now 100% outside raid, was 70. That's fucking crazy, right? What is it in raid? Isn't it 50? Or something like that? But I mean, it's like twice as good outside of raid now. That's got to be solid for disc and dungeons. Fix an issue where atonement crit healing was not increasing the correct amount outside of raid. Shadow word pain and purge the wicked damage increased by 20. Oh, so that's like probably a tuning knob for discs single target a little bit. I guess multi-target too. Buffed Voidweaver and Shaman Ellie. Mastery elemental overloads bonus to all elemental physical damage increased by 35%. So buffed mastery for Ellie, but nerfed their damage to accommodate for that. So let's actually check this. So what was Ellie Shaman's stat priority here? Let's hit that cheat sheet. Yeah, I mean, so this seems like a good change, right? Int better than secondaries, ideal. And then haste better than crit. And then crit is equal to verse. And then mastery is worse than verse. Anytime one of your secondary stats is worse than versatility, without question, that needs to be buffed. So they decided to do that. And they buffed the mastery pretty significantly. But then nerfed their damage to accommodate for that. And Stormbringer in general. Tempest now deals 65% of its damage to enemies near its primary target. And buffed from 50. So that's interesting, but now it's AoE capped at 5. So in massive Mythic Plus pulls, this is certainly a Tempest nerf, but in most like raid cleave situations, this is definitely a Tempest buff. Like in raid in general, actually, this is just objectively a buff. So that's super interesting. Enhancement nerfed by 4. Ellie Blast increased by 12. That's probably trying to bridge the gap between Stormbringer and Totemic, because like you don't really press Ellie Blast as Stormbringer. So maybe that's like trying to, you know, just give you another option that isn't really there. And it's not really by nerfing Stormbringer, it's by buffing the alternative. Maybe actually even play Ellie Blast now as Stormbringer. That would be interesting. Tempest now deals 65% of its damage to enemies near its primary target, and it now deals reduced damage beyond 5. What is it? Crit greater than mastery, greater than agility, greater than versatility, greater than haste for hunters. So haste should be buffed, and main stat somehow should be buffed. For sure. Totemic buffed slightly. And then Destro Warlock buffed. Alright, fuck yeah. Love that. Please don't make me Ellie Blast on Tempest. I wouldn't mind playing Ellie Blast as Stormbringer. I think. You would just spend your Maelstrom and then just Tempest when you have it instead. And that would probably give you enough rotation to pretty much Ellie Blast on cooldown. It's like an extra button, but I mean, for me, it's a button that'll always be there. Like Lava Burst or Ellie Blast is 4. And Lightning Bolt is 3. So when I'm only pressing Lightning Bolt, I just never use my 4 bind. But you don't get refunds from Thorums. Oh, true. Max Blizzard also posted details on how Woo Gear works. Oh yeah, I saw that. Frosty Cade died, right? Yep, every spec that was nerfed is dead. And every spec that was buffed is now the best. And arcane mages are mad. Warband gearing. Deep in the dungeon, delves. Dude, I fucking love delves. They call me Melvin. And zones of Khaz-Elgar, flexible new Woo gear exists. It's a powerful tool where you can, irrelevant. Today we'd like to take some time to talk about where you can get more to give your alts that powerful step up. The short version is that they come from all over. The longer version is that there are a bunch of specific sources of Woo gear. All right, let's read the longer version. Many rare creatures can drop Woo gear. Your first Lamplighter supply satchel each week, earned by the Spreading the Light event in Hallowfall, always contains a piece of Adventurer 1 Woo gear. But the most important source is every raid, dungeon, and delve. In addition to regular gear rolls, the War Within adds a bonus roll, does not replaces. It adds a bonus roll to every raid boss, every final dungeon boss, and every bountiful chest in a delve to give you a piece of Woo gear in addition to any other. This bonus roll is independent of the normal roll, which means you could get neither one or even both. Getting the woo gear isn't instead of anything. It's just a bonus you can get. So basically, if I get a piece of woo gear, the game robbed me of gear for my main, and they definitely share the same roll as what I'm getting from that. I'm mad. I'm mad. If you get a woo gear from a raid boss, it will always be gear from that boss's loot table. In Raid Finder, this woo gear, that's actually really good, by the way. I thought it was going to be like a completely separate thing, but the fact that you could get like a woo, like really good weapon or trinket, and then like that's BIS for a certain class or spec or role, and then you have that alt, it kind of incentivizes you for your alts to actually like be a bunch of different things that could use a staff or a caster trinket or a healer thing, right? I actually think this is something that hasn't been talked about a ton, but I think might be one of the most positive things from Season 1 is I think your interaction with alts is going to be so much better. Not only are crest upgrades going to be cheaper on all of your alts, which they announced in an interview. My interview, get mad. But you're just going to have free pieces on your alt. Now, I'm interested to see what the level of this is. Let's see. In Raid Finder, this woo gear will drop as Veteran 1. Okay. So if a bind on pick-up piece drops, the woo version of the... Okay, so in Heroic, the rules are the same as normal, except the woo gear is champion track to match the bind on pickup gear's hero track. And in Mythic Raid, the woo gear is always champion... What? Mythic Raid is going to drop normal tier woo gear? Oh, that's fucking ass. Okay, that's dog shit. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, why is it not hero track? That's so dog shit. Why do you care about woo gear? You could literally just do a Mythic. Mythic Plus drops hero track. You could infinitely farm a source of gear that gives you something better than that. Normal gear is fucking... That seems like a mistype. I don't think so, because that means they would have mistyped the name of the track and the number, because if it was hero track, it definitely wouldn't be hero 4. Oh, damn. Okay. Well, okay, I'm a huge not fan of this now. Just in general. That sucks. But I think it's close. They just have to realize that this is absurd. And if you get a woo piece of gear from the final boss of a dungeon, it will be gear from any boss in that dungeon. Missed your chance to get the piece you wanted? Stick around to try to get a woo version. If you get a woo piece of gear from the heavy trunk in a delve, it will be any gear you could otherwise have gotten from that delve. All right. And yes, this is just an abbreviation for Warbound until equipped, of course. And if it matters, I've been pronouncing it wooey. It's woo, yeah. It's slightly more fun to say, although admittedly fewer things that rhyme with it. Y'all can still pronounce it how you want, though. It's woo. Yeah. Wait, I want to see the actual original source thing, because I wonder why they had to clarify what that meant. Woo gear just sounds like you'd say woo gear, and it just sounds wrong in my head. Fuck you. This is a very good thing, but woo sounds silly. There has to be a better name. Fuck you. Earned each week per character or per account. Right. Woo gear sounds like something made up in my office meeting. Shut up. Says the character that named their form team after a phrase that sounds silly. Alright. But no one was confused about it. Why did they clarify? Woohoo. What about the Wowhead comments? Oh, they're probably super mad. Did they make a post about it? I will say the in general happiness levels of people on that frequently post on Wowhead is at an all-time low. Those people are never happy. I don't think that... Oh, here it is. Dude, my favorite thing about this was the tweet. It was like Wowhead, I think, tweeted about it. Why did I type explore, bro? Wowhead. Here we go. Where the fuck is this shit? There it is. Blizzard has released details on how Warbound until equipped gear... Oh, no, here it is. Mythic Raid will only drop Champion 4 Warbound until equipped gear. And one of the top comments was, I don't know what any of those fucking words mean. What a fucking great tweet. There's like no context. Mythic raid will only drop champion. Just all new terms. Champion for Warbound until equipped. Most people are just like, what does that fucking mean, man? I think I responded to this guy. Did I? Oh no, it never sent. I must have had bad service where I was. Dude, I answered a car. I answered a call in my car earlier. Growl just called me to ask about something on the potty C. It was fucking sick. I wonder what I sound like in the car. What do I sound like? It wasn't good. Yeah, I just want to know. Well, it was like, what, like an hour and a half ago, maybe? How long have I been streaming? An hour and a half, so it was 2 hours ago? About? So, 7:06.
He's like, well, I know there's stealth.
Oh, look at that leg, baby.
God damn it.
If you go hero talent, that's when raid
Wait, when did he call me?
is the thing you do most of the time because raid is what
Oh.
Visual couple. Make a couple per expansion that are just.
These bottom dungeons because they were
Longer than that?
doing them.
You'll get the benefit on your like holy moly, it's so good. It's
insane.
It makes me think
Do you know what I'm about to talk about?
fans are
Text in the first place, right?
No, it was like...
And the guy has every right.
Wait, I don't know why I'm doing this. He called me today at 1:44 p.m. That is, almost 3 hours ago. This is it?
To say no, right? The guy has every right. If the girl says, hey, can I bring friends? And then the guy gets this text, and then he's like, fuck. Like, she doesn't, you know what I mean?
Is this,
we're
it's
not at that
before
point.
this?
This isn't.
And actually, I think
Oh, I do sound like shit. I do. Wow, I do sound in submarine mode. Yeah, dude, my car mic is fucking trash.
They really milk. What do you... Alright. The tier list stream. No, yeah, that was like 2 minutes ago. You are a Drogo? Man. Alright, he's back. Oh, wait, I'm getting call. Hello.
yo, what's up?
Yo, what's going on? You have a couple minutes? We're listening to the potty C. I'm streaming, by the way.
You're live reacting to the potty C? Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize we had motion like that.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, it's big. The viewers are climbing too. Like I've
I wanna
gained
see what
a
his
lot
chat
of viewers
says.
since I started, so I'm really milking it.
All right, what's up? What do you want to know?
All right, so I'm listening to this part in the podcast. You guys are talking about escape rooms, and we're
Yeah.
hoping for more context on the situation. So the guy asked the girl on like what he thought was a date, right? Did the guy think it was just them two?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Like he 100% set it up, and I think from context after doing it, I think he had like done this before. Like his go-to move is like, if I can get a girl in an escape room with me, I'm fucking golden. Like I'm gonna take this home, right? Yeah, for sure. He
Okay.
That's what he thought. He was surprised when we showed up. Yes.
Oh, okay. So wait, so he was surprised.
Yeah, okay, there's a whole... We talk for like 10 minutes here. I'm not gonna go over that again, but it's a good bit. It's a good bit. Also, I can't believe Growl just reacts to our podcast. You know? I never thought about reacting to a podcast. It is a lot of content, though. It is a lot of content. He called because his chat went wild. About what?
I used to when you.
Wait, let me hear when he decided to call me.
We need social situations. Everybody goes through different things.
Wait, I need to hear it.
Here because the chance of her just showing.
Oh, they talked about this for a while before he called me.
I like. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess maybe I would just at that point I would already be at an escape room with 4
Oh,
people.
dude, he went deep into this. Holy shit. I did an escape room in LA not super long ago, and it was so the way we got invited was we have a friend who's a girl, and she was getting asked out by a guy. So the guy was like, "Do you want to go to an escape room with me?" And then she was like, "Sure." And then she found out days later that no one else was going, and it was just gonna be those two. And she
Okay, so she got asked to go to an escape room. She thought it was a friend thing. Then later down the line, realized that it was a date. I mean, in my opinion, she should still say, look, like, I'm not trying to go on a date. I think it's weird that we're going just us two. She said yes already. I mean,
yeah, we ended up clarifying this in the call, but it was kind of presented to her like other people would be there, and then that ended up not being the case afterwards.
that's what do you mean?
Imagine Max pulls up to your fucking date. Yeah, we pulled up. He was sick.
So you're telling me that if I trick a girl into saying yes on a date, then she's obligated to go with me. Like, that's such a strict, like, what?
Wait, what? What is he fucking saying? I mean, she definitely got tricked, right? Imagine your whole bit is to be like the strategy solver guy, and then you show up. Yeah, I know. I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, we were all having fun. Eugene's also really good at escape rooms. But he did want the show to be about him. I'm interested, dude, they were talking about this for a while, bro.
If that's not true, I totally understand the situation, right? I totally understand why she said yes, because she's like, hey, I like escape rooms. This guy seems fine. And then she realized later, wait a second, oh God, this is a date. Like, I'm not trying to go on a date. This is just, I thought we were just hanging out with people, and this is an escape room, and I'm trying to make friends. And then she should, I mean, you can do anything, right? You can lie and be like, oh, sorry, like something came up, an emergency, or you can tell the truth. Like, hey, I mean, as a guy, I would appreciate if you tell the
I mean, if she came in under the impression that it was going to be a group escape room thing, turned out it was just them two, and then she turned it into a group thing, I mean, it's fine, right? Like, that's the only other way it was going to happen. Also, like, I love how it's just like, oh, well, she should have been upfront with him and been like, I don't want this to be a date. Bro, a bunch of you people don't want to confront other people, right? A lot of you guys take the easy way out instead of just directly confronting someone on something that would be really awkward, right? Like, she doesn't fucking owe him shit. Right? She can just do whatever she wants, right? It could be a much easier solution of doing that. So I don't know why it's what was his people in their chat are saying, like, got some incel self-reporters chat concerns me. What were people in his chat saying? I get both sides, but speak up and say no when you realize you're in the hole. I mean, much easier said than done. I bet 90% of people that would say that in this chat would do something similar and not be 100% straight up with someone, because it's just really weird to do that when you don't know someone that well.
truth. But I mean, chat self-reporting right now. I mean, I don't know. I think I think she should. I mean, I think she's obligated to be like, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's like, it's complicated in a way, but.
What was it? Some guys in chat were hung up on the but she said yes. Oh. Oh God, that's a tough look, actually. That's pretty tough. That's pretty tough. That's, if there's a look, it's not a good one. That's crazy, actually.
I don't know. I think, I mean, here's the, well, okay.
She said yes. I tricked you into saying yes. You said it. No going back now. What the fuck are you talking
like,
about?
I'm thinking about in my shoes, like, okay, dude, Imagine the reverse, right? Let's give the guy good intentions.
Bro, we were busy that night too. We literally pivoted to like save our friend. Like the plan going into the day before was that we were going to do something else, and it was like, yo boys, we got to show up, we got to pull up and do an escape room. Escape rooms are like kind of hype, but like I don't know, if your friend isn't sure if they're going to feel comfortable and doesn't want to cancel it, then I think everything worked out. Everyone had a good time. It was cool. And I got to see someone try to be like the fucking tried to act like Jimmy Neutron in there, figuring everything out, trying to flex on him. It was hype.
I'm not saying he does. I'm not saying he has good intentions, but let's just think about it, right? Imagine you're a guy. You ask a girl out on a date to what you think is a date, right?
Yeah.
And then she says yes, and you're like, all right.
And but you kind of made it seem like other people were going to be at this date. That was heavily implied that you would be joining a group of friends doing an escape room. I feel like that is being maybe lost in this. It was not, hey, I asked you on a date, you said yes, and then you backed out of it and invited people. It was like they signed up for something they didn't know what it was, and then they found out later. Right.
Cool, right? And then she shows up with two guys. I would be like, all right, well, clearly there's a misunderstanding here. Like, let's just, like, I don't know. Like, I guess maybe I would just, at that point, I would already be at an escape room with 4 people. All right, anyway, let's rewind back then, and then let's listening.
Okay.
What's happening here? Oh yeah, you walked into an absolute crazy, right? Okay, so we're listening to a Max story. Okay, ready? Let's rewind again for a sec.
I did an escape room in LA not super long ago, and it was so the way we got invited was we have a friend who's a girl, and she was getting asked out by a guy. So the guy was like, do you want to go to an escape room with me? And then she was like, sure. And then she found out days later that no one else was going, and it was just gonna be those two, and she wasn't sure about like how she felt about it. So she was like, yo, I need a couple of you guys to just like show up just so it's like a group and it's chill. And I was like, all right, cool. So we show up, and it was so comically bad. Like, we did fine in the escape room, but he clearly like wanted to go on the escape room date to show that he's very good at figuring things out. So like, and he kind of like, I mean, he was like, okay, you could tell he'd done a lot of escape rooms, but like he wanted to be the one to solve everything, to like flex on with the girl. And it was fucking tough, man. Like, it was so like, it was so obvious. No, I didn't want a wingman because the girl was my friend, and I could tell that she wasn't like super feeling it, so I wasn't gonna like wingman for the random guy. But yeah, it was pretty tough. A couple of times like we were pretty close to solving stuff, and he would basically just be like, guys, fucking stop and listen. He'd be like, clear out, like ISO, which was pretty wild. Yeah, that was nuts. That made me think of that. You mentioned delves, Dorky.
Dude, it wasn't. I like. By the way, the segue there was insane.
You like clear out, like ISO, which was pretty wild. Yeah, that was nuts. That made me think of that. You mentioned delves, Dorky.
Bro, I don't remember hitting the crazy you were talking about delves though, Dorky. Like, that is an insane, yeah, crazy delve pivot. Oh yeah, that's fucking sick. Right back into the content. Yeah, it made sense. I want to see how now. I'm now interested in his chat. I want to see how his chat reacted to the clarification.
So,
I have to know.
Hypothetically, that situation happened, right, where the guy was like, hey, let's do this. The guy thinks it's a date. The girl doesn't think it's a date. Then the girl,
Max doesn't want to bring up Suki, so he doesn't bring up it's a double date. Why would I not want to bring up Suki? I'm pretty sure Suki was there. Yeah, if that girl, because I met that friend through Suki. They were really good friends, so Suki was definitely there. But I wasn't like trying to not mention her. She was one of the people. So yeah, it was kind of like a triple date plus Hugo, I think. It was Pobelter, Cyan, me, Suki, and him, Nicole, and then Hugo. It was just like a group of people.
Girl later realizes it's a date, and then the girl goes, yo, look, like, I don't know if I'm ready for this. Like, I'll hang out, but I'm not trying to go on a date. Do you mind if I bring a couple people? And then the guy's like, oh, sure, right? Like, in my opinion, that's totally fine, totally normal. Like, no harm, no foul on either party, right? So I guess what I said was sort of along the lines of, like, I'm assuming that she didn't sit... yeah, I guess, I don't know. maybe I'm not giving the girl enough credit here, because the chance
What is it? So many people in Growl's chat literally just hate you. Oh yeah, I'm well aware of that. Yeah.
of her just showing up with Max and another guy seems like zero, right? Like almost definitely she said something to the guy, right? She probably said, "Hey, can I bring friends?" Right? Like there's no way the girl just showed up with Max and some other guy and like, "Hey, by the way, I brought people for this." Like, yeah, actually, the more that I think about it, like probably the way it happened is the guy should have said like, yeah. I think this is what happened, right? Not, like I was kind of harping on the girl a little bit, but if you think about what happens, right? Like she probably was like, "Yo, can I bring a couple friends?" And the guy probably said yes, right? And I mean, okay, then it's on the guy, right?
Didn't they literally? Did I Giga rewind it? I thought I fast forwarded it. Didn't he literally just do the same thing? Maybe I did rewind it.
I think she knew. Max said he asked her on a date.
No. He did not. She did not know it was a date when she said yes. I rewinded
More
it.
context needed from Max. No. Max. See,
I'm skipping
join
forward
in
then.
a little bit. I'll join in a couple. You know, you are a Drogo, man. More like 40 with this conversation. I mean, it's tough, right? I mean, we just need more context, right?
What is it? Going to an escape room as a first date is kind of wild. Just be normal and go to Disneyland on a first date? That's also crazy. Dude, I don't think an escape room's a weird first date. I think actually you two both existing in an escape room with a group of people actually is a good date. I actually think that it will tell you a lot about how the person handles things, and like you two can like go on your little adventure and solve certain things together. I'm like thinking about it. I think an escape room should actually, with a group of people though, should actually be like a really good first date. I think trying to two-man an escape room is really hard. I think that might be stressful, but as a group, I think that would be really cool. That'd be nice.
We just need more context. All right, hold on. So chat, what about this? What do you do if you're the guy? What do you do if you're the guy?
This sounds like a lot of people talking about a situation about going on a date that have never been on a date before. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like it's like some made up thing that like kind of happens in TV shows or something. Like it's really not that deep.
Let's say you're the guy and you ask a girl on a date. All right, he's back. Oh wait, I'm getting call.
Okay, so we heard the first part of it.
Escape room with me, I'm fucking golden.
Or was it you and a guy?
No, me, my friend Hugo, who you know.
Oh yeah, Hugo. Yeah.
Player, and actually, I think Pobelter was the.
So it was Pobelter, Cyan, me, Suki, Hugo, this girl, and the guy. There's like 7 people.
So it was me, Hugs, and Pobelter showed up and did the escape room, and Pobelter's girlfriend Cyan.
Oh, okay. So all right. So
there were some other girls there, yeah.
So, he didn't know any of you guys were coming.
I mean, I'm sure at some point that day she mentioned it, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna bring some friends along or whatever. I think she wasn't super okay. She agreed to it because she thought it was a group of friends. I think the guy. Well, I don't want to tell you where the guy worked, but like similar industry, and I think she thought she was getting invited to like a friends group escape rooms, and she likes escape rooms, so she was like, I'm down. And as it got closer and closer, context clues from what he was saying, I was there when she found this out. Like,
I was
it was
lagging a
actually
little bit.
just going to be them, and that it was totally a date, and she didn't realize it. So inviting us later was like a defense mechanism against it being potentially like a really awkward date she didn't know she was going on yet.
What is it? What the fuck is going on here? It's a long story. Do you remember in the podcast when I mentioned that escape room story? Well, Growl reacted to our podcast today, which I didn't know that was a thing. And then we're going over him reacting to it, and there's a bunch of very, very interesting reactions coming from a lot of his viewers. It sounds like a lot of them I mentioned this a few minutes ago, but it sounds like a bunch of people that have heard what it's kind of like to go on dates, and they're trying to litigate whether the guy or girl did something wrong or something, even though that was never really the point of this story. I think there's a lot of people like live figuring out how dates work while also giving strong opinions on it. Right? Let's see.
Do you feel that she had the obligation to just say, no, I don't want to do that? Why do you think that she just showed up with more people?
So I mean, she wanted to do the escape room, and I guess she didn't want to say no to him, I suppose. Which could be like its own thing, but also like
Let's see, it is. There it is. She just wanted to milk him. She made a dick move. Oh my god, this is fucking crazy. I can't stop watching.
Escape rooms before, so just like, are you guys down? Do you want to come? It wasn't like, oh my god, please come save me. It was like, do you guys want to show up? It would probably be more fun, and it would also have this situation not happen. But
it was really fun too.
I don't know if you listened to the whole story, but it definitely did not end up well. Like when he was there, and like he definitely tried to make himself the star of the show in front of all the people, and I don't know if it would have been like that one-on-one. It was almost like he was pissed off that we were there, kind of. Yeah,
I mean, I would be, right?
The show into his own hands.
I don't know if I would be mad. I think there's one major piece of context missing here, which is I don't think Growl and his chat understand that when this date was proposed, it was definitely proposed under the assumption that there would be more people there than just those two. Not to mention, a two-person escape room on a first date is weird and wouldn't go well. And again, I actually think it would be a better date if there was a group there, just in general. But yeah.
Well, let me just so not a lot of Riz.
Well, okay, but here's the thing. Look, we all agree that this guy's got some work to do, all right? No one's saying that the escape room go-to show-off brainiac problem solver guy doesn't have work to do, all right? I'm not saying that. But the thing is, at least, you know, just because he doesn't have a lot of Riz, you know, doesn't mean you don't respect the fact that he's trying to go on a date and you either say yes or no.
That's not what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man. Yeah,
Look,
but it was not. I actually read the messages. It was not obvious it was a date. It was almost like not. I don't want to accuse him of this, but it was almost like he tricked her into going on a date in a way. So like her way to maybe the response could have been, "Hey, actually, I didn't realize this was a date. I'm actually not into that." She could have done that, right? But then she wanted to just like make it a group thing, and then we showed up. I mean, she was just like, "Hey, do you guys mind showing up?"
Wait, let's see. Was it obvious she was bringing friends? She fell into his trapped heart. That doesn't make sense. Okay.
Because I don't want to like go one-on-one. It's just not the vibe. And then we were like, yeah, and we had fun.
But I mean, like, you guys had fun, but like, do you think that he knew that you guys were gonna be there? Like, I guess is the question, right? Like when
he knew before he drove there, but he didn't know when she said yes.
Okay, right. So he was trying to do his move, right? Whatever amount of tricky it was. But at some point, you think
not enough info to determine who's wrong here. Okay. We need more information. Get the guy. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. This is one of the toughest looks for. I don't go in his chat a lot, but this is pretty crazy.
She told him, "Yo, I'm bringing people," and he said, and he showed up knowing that there were gonna be people.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't think he was like super mad. He was kind of vibing. Like, he was spitting game afterwards. We went and got ice cream in the place. It was in like West Hollywood. And he was just like, yo, he thought he was spitting, like he was having a good time. So
like, it's an unknown Riz. It's like What is that? Fuck. What is the theorem about the less you know, the more you know? Why can I not remember it?
Yeah, he thought he was killing it for sure. He was not killing it.
Oh, okay. But you think he didn't? It wasn't like surprise. Here's 3 people. Like she was. It was kind of like
No, because like when he said that they were gonna do the escape room, it was almost implied there were gonna be other people there. Because like honestly, who like duos a fucking escape room?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So like she was like, oh, there's anybody else? I actually have a few friends that'll come, and he was like, okay, right?
Oh, I mean,
it wasn't like he was blindsided.
Yeah, that's not so bad. Like, well, also, I mean, I totally see her perspective of like thinking it was a group thing and then realizing it was like a date and then being like, oh God, what do I do? Right? Like, I can totally see that happening. But I guess I was sort of wondering, like, from there, how did it go? Like, did she just roll up with a squad, or was she like, hey, like, I'm bringing people? But you think she was like, yo, I'm bringing people?
Yeah. I mean, also, it turns out girls a lot of the time don't like being one-on-one with people, with dudes they don't know really well, right? Like, I feel like it makes sense.
Sure. No, she has every right to do whatever she wants to do.
All right, I have a feeling that Growl's chat is not going to react to what I just said very well. I have a feeling I'm going to repeat it again. I have a feeling Growl's chat does not agree with that statement.
I just roll up with a squad, or was she like, hey, like, I'm bringing people? But you think she was like, yo, I'm bringing people?
Yeah. I mean, also, it turns out girls a lot of the time don't like being one-on-one with people, with dudes they don't know really well, right? Like, I feel like it makes sense.
Sure. No, she has every right to do whatever she wants to do. I completely agree. I'm just, to me,
that night was fucking funny. That was
Then just say no.
yeah.
funny ass shit.
It's
Like,
I
dude,
mean,
just
oh yeah. I was dying
spectator-
listening to it. Oh yeah, I
being
bet.
a
Yeah.
spectator to someone like just trying to fucking spit game and they don't really have it is like kind of fucking hilarious, right? Like I remember a few times like we were in the middle of figure something out and he's like, I got it, like he was like fucking Jimmy Neutron or something. Holy shit, man.
Brain
That was a good
blasted.
time. Yeah, I fucking forgot. I forgot that night until like I randomly that just popped into my head during the podcast, and yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
All right. Okay, because we're listening and we're we just needed a little context clarification because we weren't sure if she just said okay, then kind of realized later that it's a date, and then was like, fuck this, I don't want to date, and just rolls up with a crew.
I mean, even in the scenario where you want to say, oh, well, as soon as it was obvious it was a date from context from what he was saying, and she thought it was initially a group based on what he was saying, a lot of the guys are like, well, the right thing for her to do would have been to just say no. And it's like, first of all, it was chill. Everyone had fun. It was fine time, right? But, like, I like how everyone's acting like they're, like, the best people at rejecting other people. Like, it's really awkward. You barely know this person. Maybe that's the right thing to do. Maybe objectively that's the right thing to do in general. But, like, they were, like, kind of, like, friends before that or something. Like, they have hung out as, like, acquaintances and stuff. So, like, they wouldn't mind doing an escape room. And everyone had fun, right? Like, I just like how everyone acts like they would be the person to do that. Like, sometimes it's really fucking awkward, dude. Or you'd make up an excuse. You wouldn't, like, directly confront and be like, hey, I didn't realize this was a date, you know? Like, I don't know. A lot of the guys saying that, bro, the guys that are saying that in this chat, I would bet fucking everything that they wouldn't do that. Or that maybe they've ever been on a date.
To a guy who thinks it's a date.
No, that would have gone hard too. That would have gone hard as fuck.
I mean, look, all right.
I'm
Well,
just getting the garbage people left all my garbage cans.
no, you're good. Thank you for the clarification. I'm gonna go back to reacting. Thank you very much for the great story.
Yep.
All right, later, man. Peace.
All right, let's see if any growl haters are out here.
All right. I feel like...
Oh, yeah, there we go. Bro, I'm starting to like Max now. I'm suddenly a fan. Yeah, dude, his chat... You should, during MDI or TGP watch parties, you guys should look at Growl's chat whenever I speak. It's fucking insane.
I don't know if we're
hate
any
my
more or
fucking
less
guts,
confused. Man. To me, when he first started telling the story, it sounded like she just rolled up with the crew, right? But on second evaluation, it does. This is what it sounds like. Okay, this is what it sounds like. She realized it was a date later. She's like, hell no, I don't want to go on a date, but like I still like escape rooms, whatever, fuck it, let's just try and salvage it. And the guy says, Then the guy gets a text, and then the girl's like, I want to bring people. And the guy's probably like, fuck. Well, all right, whatever. I would like escape rooms. I like this girl. I'm going to try and salvage it, right? So to me, no harm, no foul. All right. To me, I think the girl acted reasonably. The guy could improve his.
Yeah, and I think maybe the most important thing is we all had a good time at the escape room. No one was. It was great.
Could improve his.
It was a good time.
Riz and all that, but the thing is, he's out there trying. You got to respect after. So here's the thing, right? So here's two different situations, right? You can say the girl should have said no because she realized the guy wanted a date, right? But the girl has every right to try, right? The girl can say,
Guys, have you seen this message in chat? These girls nowadays need to grow the F up and be an adult. Fucking smartest growl chatter.
hey, can I bring friends? What if you know what I mean? What if they could still be friends? Like, just because the girl doesn't want to go on a date doesn't mean they need to scrap. Like, they made plans, they picked out a day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason the girl has to say no. The girl has every right to say, hey, can I bring people? Because, first of all, the girl thought that was the context in the first place, right? And the guy has every right to say no, right? The guy has every right. If the girl says, hey, can I bring friends? And then the guy gets this text, and then he's like, fuck. Like, she doesn't, you know what I mean? Dude,
you know what's so funny? I look at my chat, and it says fucking, these people are straight up incels, which is ironically posted by monitored suspicious user. I just fucking love it.
We're not at that point. This isn't going to work. The guy has every right to go, look, I was trying to go on a date. Like, you can't, I would prefer, you know what I mean? Like, the guy has every right to say no to that too. Like, both people had every right to say no, and they willfully continued into the arrangement, right? They willfully continued into the arrangement. Duoing the escape room. Okay, but here's the thing, right? People who are saying duoing the escape room is...
Damn, he actually did... Growl is a content genius, bro. He's been talking about this for more than like 25 minutes at this point.
Unheard of. You are people who know about escape rooms or anything like that, right? We don't know the context. Do we need to call Max back? No. Right, but... I don't know about escape rooms. Maybe there is an escape room.
Okay, if you've never done an escape room, doing an escape room with two people is fucking stupid. Someone in my chat earlier actually said they work at an escape room and they actually banned people from signing up as duos because it's awkward and stupid. Like, they are designed for groups of people, usually groups of friends, to go in and work together and figure them out. Two people is just, like, excessively too hard, so it turns into, like, a frustrating situation because there's just too much to do in the time limit. It's kind of intended, like, the way escape rooms usually work out is like sometimes groups of two, sometimes groups of three, sometimes there's some solo people, and like everyone's kind of figuring out like 3 or 4 things in one of the rooms, and they kind of all end up working together, and then you like move on to the next room and you do that, right? It's like that is them working at their highest level. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like taking someone on a date to an escape room as just a duo is actually just a bad idea. Like, I wonder if that person had done that in the past and it was successful for them, because that just sounds like a really bad idea. What is it? Growl's chat knows now? Dorky ratted you out. Growl's chat knows what? That we reacted to the react? Going to the movies? Going to the movies is a terrible first date too. You have no chance to talk. Bro, what you should be doing in a first date, it can be anything. It can be absolutely anything, but what it needs to be is direct quality conversation between two people. You have to learn about them. You have to learn what drives them, what their passions are, what kind of life they live. You know, you're trying to learn about them. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. You can do anything. You can do bowling, you can do golf, you can go walk in a park, you can get any kind of food or drink or dessert or whatever. You just do anything to just talk. That's it. Right? That being said, doing an escape room in a group where like you two are working together to solve some of the mini problems while in the broad scheme of like the greater group, I think that's actually really good. Maybe it's like a second date. Maybe it's a second date, But like, I actually think that teaches you a lot of things. It teaches you your ability to work together. And I feel like that is super important, right? So that's got to give you it'll tell you a lot about the person too. Someone messaged me, can I please use your AH? And they're just following me around. I got you, big dog. Max, a girl shut down ever going on a second date with a guy because he took her out for coffee on their first date. Good stuff. I mean, that's probably part of it. Like, if someone took you out to coffee on a first date and you decided to go and they were super nice, thoughtful, interesting, good looking, and then you'd probably still go on a second date with them, right? Like, they might say it was the fact that we went and just got coffee, and if that was the actual reason, they're probably just a really bad person to begin with, but... If they find someone attractive, they wouldn't care what the date was. Bro, I think the like attractive thing, there's like a level of attractiveness that's passable. It actually to me seems pretty binary. Like there's a level of attractiveness that is okay, and like anything above that is better, but like super unimportant. Because like if you sit down with an absolute bombshell, right, like super hot, and they are like uninteresting or on their phone or like, I don't know, they're not really driven in their life and stuff like that, bro, that's a never call that person again situation. Bro, the least attractive thing on earth is someone with like no hobbies, passions, or interests or drive, right? Like that shit that's horrible, right? So like as long you need to meet someone like that, and then obviously have similar interests, and then be passably attractive, right? And obviously that's relative, and it probably depends on the person, but like the biggest sign of someone that's never actually been on a date or in a real relationship is someone that talks about like how much looks matter. Like if you look at like, do you guys see like random tweets and they're like, bro, how did this guy fumble this? And they're just purely looking at the girl's looks, bro. Like some of the worst people you could ever date are probably people that just randomly happen to be attractive and they've always gotten by on that, and they don't have a lot of personality. You know, like that's terminal. You can never fix that probably. Like, what is it? Some biggest goated advice for a first date is listening and asking follow-up questions. I've never really thought about it like that. I mean, I guess you don't really want to just be like constantly being the only person talking, that's for sure. And yeah, showing that you're a good listener and caring. But I mean, like that, you don't have to think about doing that. Like, if I'm going on a first date with someone, what I'm trying to, I know me. What I'm trying to figure out is them. I'm trying to listen to them talk and ask follow-up questions because I actually just want to know. Right? That's the whole point. It's called a regular conversation, you know? I'm married now. I no longer have to listen. Yep, you've crossed that barrier. Max, live stream your next date. We will help. I think I do okay on dates. I've never gone on a date with someone that I didn't end up getting into a relationship with. 100% success rate so far. It's only been like... Well, I don't think you call like high school relationships like dating. You don't like date in high school because you don't even have like a car to go anywhere initially. But like as an adult where you could drive and you've actually gone on a date, it's been 7 for 7, I think. So let's fucking go. Define relationship. I've never, as an adult, I've never been in a relationship shorter than like 6 months. They're usually like 6 months to 2 years. Most recent one was 5 years. dating is hard nowadays. Interesting, yeah. I've never really thought about it. I'm trying to think of the last time I met someone and how I met them. It was just like I met them through work or through a friend, or there's one person I just met somewhere and just asked for their number and that worked out. They seem cool. But recently, I've never gone on dating apps until recently, and I set up a profile because I had been single long enough where I was looking to mix that up a little bit. Not super looking for it, but like if it's there, it's there. That was a bad idea. Never do that. Unless you just want to feel bad about yourself, I guess. So I'm at the point where I'll just I'll meet someone somewhere and it'll be all right. And until then, I'm happy chilling. I always thought Max was married. Oh, God, no. Yeah, I don't know. That's another thing. I don't know how I feel about marriage. I don't understand why. It seems like for maybe like a tax thing. But like you could be like committed to someone for your whole life and want to be with them forever, but I still don't really get being married. Yeah, it's a sign of commitment. I get that. Yeah. Maybe if I meet the right person, I'll change my opinion on that. I'll just be like, all right, let's fucking get it. Let's do it. When are you debating Growl on solo queue, though? I don't care that much. I thought you were dating that girl that covered your PR issue with the headphones. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, yeah. No, we've been broken up for like 6 or 8 months or so. Extremely cordial. No one was mad. Both people just grew apart. We've like speak somewhat regularly. She's probably watching my dogs during the race. We're chill. It just, you know, enough time had passed. At that point, you had to like either commit or not commit thing. We're both pretty happy. It's all good. It's not like a bad thing. Sometimes shit don't work out. What is this solo queue thing? It's something that people constantly talk about. It's the idea of solo queue Mythic Plus, right? So you want to do Mythic Plus, you want to do infinitely scaling group content, but it's impossible to get invited to groups because you're not playing the best class. So solo queue just queues you and selects you with people rather than selecting your own group. Because most of the issues that currently exist within WoW Mythic Plus, why do people care about balance all the time, right? Because they want their class to sometimes get invited. They hope they're good enough. But that's mainly just because of the dynamic with the group finder and how people invite. Even if you're an amazing rogue or a warrior with the same IO as a mage, why would they just not invite the mage, og, and shadow priest? Because it is perceived to be or is actually better. Solo queue solves that problem, among other things. Like, I mean, I think it'd be fucking amazing content, dude. I would actually be so fucking down for that. And I don't know if they should transition the entire game to it, really. I think we'd have to see kind of how it plays out. More so because no one here knows how it would work. No one knows how it would work. You don't know what kind of penalties you would get for leaving. You have no idea if it's the same depletion or non-depletion thing. You have no idea how score will work. All of that would have to be completely reworked. All I'm saying is I think it's certainly worth the experiment in like a Season 4 style season to see how something like that would play out. Just like they did before Solo Shuffle, before it was like a thing, you know? Do you think you could talk your team into an escape room challenge before the race? We did. Blizzard sponsored me last expansion. They created a Dragonflight themed escape room and paid me and to like do it and make a video on it, and they allowed me to like pick a bunch of my friends. So I got a bunch of guildies and a few of my friends in LA to come do the escape room. It's hype. Max, what do you think about a 15-man Mythic raid size? What? I think 20 and 10 would both be better than that. Replace keys with a delve style of picking a Mythic level you've already done. 1, 2, or 3 higher depending on how it's timed. Yeah, we've talked about that before. Max, guildies are not friends. They are your subordinates. Bro, so true. So fucking true. How much would you say is important for all the team to be together in the same event rather than apart in the world? It seems nice to do that. Max, are you having fun with this X-Pack? My X-Pack doesn't start for another like 2 weeks or so, whenever Heroic comes out. This is just like whatever content. But from whatever I can hear, for people that these weeks were designed for, has actually been surprisingly, overwhelmingly positive. It's been like very, very positive. I think a lot of people that play for endgame, though, certainly the minority of the player base, but for people like that, I think there seems to be like there's like a void. Something's missing. Like, it's a combination of the fact that like the real season starts 1 week later than it did in Dragonflight, but also early access makes it almost seem like it's 2 weeks later because like you spent half a week playing early access, so it just seems like there's not a lot to do. But that's been the case for like many expansions. There's also not like rare farming the same way there was last expansion. You can kind of just craft and instantly go past it. The only thing I don't like is that there's no hard content right now. Yeah, so you're someone who's motivated by endgame. If you're motivated by endgame, if the reason you normally play WoW is to raid Mythic Plus or PvP, these weeks are boring and have always, since the beginning of time, these weeks have existed, right? Just what happens at the beginning of expansions, Legion, everything. Have you tried Deadlock? No. Do you think the race world first be long or short? I remember doing open world content in Jurassic period. It was way harder back then. Love that. Love the dinosaurs. Dude, that would have been crazy, by the way. Just imagine, people talk about where you would go back in time till. And like, really, if it's anywhere past 100 years ago, you're just going to live until you're like 30 or some shit. So it's like really not that great. Like, I would already be dead, right? So like, if you're really gonna go back that far, bro, let's just go back to the dinos. Like, the dinos would have no fucking clue what you're all about, but it would just been crazy to see them in action, you know? I would join a pack of herbivore dinosaurs, and I would become raised by them, learning their little dino language. Or maybe more realistically, I would spawn in and instantly die. But that would be kind of hype, at least for a little bit. Just send me back to 2009 and let me buy a couple hundred Bitcoin. Bro, I was so young in 2009 that I wouldn't have even had any capital to put into Bitcoin. What would I do? Convince my parents? Guys, believe me. Put all your money in Bitcoin. Bro, you were like 16?
Yeah. What kind of money do you... When you guys were 16, were you fucking rolling in money? Like, I didn't have shit. Get a job. I did have a job. I worked at a bagel shop when I was 16. But I wasn't rolling in money. When you're going to school, you made like enough money to... Oh, dude, I just had a crazy memory, bro. I saved up all summer from my job to get an iPod. One of the like OG iPods. And some kid fucking stole it on the first day of gym class. So sad. $25 of Bitcoin from 2009 would make you a billionaire today. You didn't need capital. You mean like right away? I could see that. Did you cry? I don't think so. I'm not a crier. I actually, like, I don't think I cry a lot. Like, I think I cried when my grandma died at her funeral. They did this, like, she was a medic in the army back in the day. And they do, like, that military funeral. And that was fucking crazy. That was moving. That was really cool. But, bro, I don't think I've cried since then. I just don't really cry. I don't know. It's just not, like, a reaction I have. I just get super mad and blow stuff up. Usually. That's my thing. Doing some felonies to get the old emotions out. Oh, speaking of which, have you guys been to one of those... God, what are those rooms called where you can just go and break everything? A rage room? Yeah, have you guys ever done that? Is that, like, really cathartic? It seems like it would be. Rage rooms are proven to make people more mad, not less. Is that true? Let's see. Rage rooms make you mad. Mental health research suggests that while these rooms keep people safe while they vent their rage, the act of venting your anger in this way has more serious consequences. Venting anger doesn't actually result in catharsis or relief. Instead, it typically reinforces and even worsens anger. Okay, so rage rooms are not good. Not good at all. But wouldn't it be cool to just smash some shit? I don't actually have rage. I have like I'm pretty happy, right? But I would still have fun breaking a bunch of shit. I don't know. The happy ones are the ones who go crazy. Yeah, fuck yeah. Is cross-faction rating for Race World First a thing, since it shows up on the site as Horde Guild and Alliance Guild? Yeah. Yeah, you can. There used to be some weird thing like, so your raid lockout, if you've ever seen it, I can't press it right now because it's a new expansion and everything, but if you would ever click raid info, it'll show you like your lockouts. What used to happen was if you were saved to Mythic and then you faction transferred, your lockout would still be there, but it wouldn't be the same lockout as the rest of your raid where you got locked out. So you're unable to zone into your raid's regular mythic raid. That was, for the first time ever, I think last raid, that is no longer a thing because of the cross faction thing. So I think that has been fixed. Oh, Frank, you said earlier, do you know the friend from the escape room? Is this someone you would have met? They've come by the facility a few times during the race, but I don't know if you know them, but you might if you're still here. Max, how hard do you think this race will be? Like, what? Max, would you date someone from Echo? I think Echo only has dudes in it, right? So no. But even then, a girl, would I date a girl who's an Echo fan? Fuck no. Fuck no, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh, shot. Max, does your guild have any veterans in it? I don't believe so. But that's also... That's kind of how that works. Like, so... Most people in our guild are people who have just been playing this game degenerately for many, 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 many years. Or video games in general degenerately for many, many, many years, and then they swap to WoW. Like, if you were to have served in the military... Usually what that would do is just make it so you're years behind on getting good at the game, and then you just, or getting good at any games or games in general, and then you would usually get passed up. Oh yeah, they are veterans of the battle for Azeroth, though. I love that y'all call yourselves degenerate. It's true. Like, it's just how it is. Like, it is almost impossible that you would be good enough to play in a guild like this unless you have spent... You were in a fortunate life situation, and for whatever reason, you were able to live at your parents' house, most likely, not have a job, and play this game 14 to 16 hours a day for many, many, many years over and over and over again. Right, that makes you a lot better. If you're not doing that, you're fighting a losing battle. You would have to, you know... It's actually crazy that you've managed to have a family. I don't have a family. I can tell you right now that if I had a kid, there's actually no fucking way I would have ended up doing this. I would have had to quit long before it worked itself out. I have dogs, though. Dude, shout out dogs, by the way. Any dogs want to come say what's up? Little Rappy. Hi, little Rap. Oh, yeah, they're fucking hyped. Look at this stretch. Oh, you missed it. Hey, girl. Look at this fucking baby girl right here. Hi, big girl. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Big sweetie. So sweet. Hi. Oh, she smells the ramen. Ain't no way, Ella. Ain't no fucking... I can see you. What do you feed your dogs? Food. They get farmer's dog food. They like it a lot. They go fucking wild when it's time to eat. Hmm? Hey, little Reppy. Little Rep. Come on. Come here, buddy. Oh, okay. Little Rep, come here. Come on. Dude, Ella's fucking hype, bro. Hi. Dude, you know what I actually really like about this expansion is the music. I fuck with the music, man. I've had it on for like the whole time so far. I usually turn it off already. Hi. No licking. The login music is hella good. Honestly, the login music has had negative interactions with me because do you remember the first 2 days of drops when my internet went out? Okay, so I'm sitting here at my computer with no internet and it's on the login screen because I DC'd, and the music gets like really stressful, I guess, and it made me significantly more mad that I was DC'd because of the login music. Like, let me let you listen to it actually. Maybe it'll get to the part that I'm talking about. It's like, how do you like log out? Back? So like you're sitting here DC'd and it eventually just plays music that makes you mad. It's like really, really fast playing violins. Yeah, it's like spider music. It's annoying. I really like it. Wait, why do your buttons look like that? Add-ons. Oh, I fucking hate add-ons, by the way. Really mad. What's wrong with add-ons? Oh, nothing really. Just that they should be removed from my fucking game. Oh, yeah. I had a guildie call them cheat-ons. In parentheses, he has never rated or done Mythic Plus. Fuck yeah. Love that. Right here, this part. This part. Bro, when you're mad about being DC'd and you're just listening to this, it was making me significantly more mad. It felt like I was rapidly turning into the Joker. All right, guys. Dude, I don't really have a lot more to talk about. I'm kind of like blank mentally today. I think I might head out. My brain is mush. It's just fucking mush. But before I go, I want you guys to say hi to Reptar. Because you got to say hi to Ella. Reptar. Reptar. Come here, buddy. No, are you Reptar? Back up, girl. We already said hi. Reptar, come here, buddy. Come here, little baby Rep. Come on up here. Come on, buddy. Oh, you're so big, you're taller than she is. Oh, such a big boy. Dude, Reptar's so fucking cute. Doesn't he still have puppy face? Look at him. Are you a little puppy? You got a little puppy face. Puppy Reptar. Hi, buddy. You are so big. You're the biggest dog here. Yeah. 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 But anyways, I'm gonna go. Good luck.